It's fun now because, you know, we fine now, like we attractive now. We, you know, beat the phase, go to the club, guys buying drinks, chasing us down the street, like that whole pretty privilege thing. Like it's great now, but it can only last for so long.
A certain group of people believe they don't know any better. A certain group of people believe they know better, they just don't care. Which one do you think it is? Do you think y'all don't know any better, or y'all know better, you just don't care?
We know better and we just don't care.
I just don't see the point of arguing on panels and on shows if they're going to choose what they want to do anyway.
So I'm not with nobody, because I don't want to hurt nobody. Did it over text, didn't call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you want to be somebody, even if you got to leave somebody.
I got a chance to catch We Need to Talk. Alan, he has a great platform. I love his content over there. He has a very intimate setting with a one-on-one conversation with a man or a woman. And in this situation, he was having a conversation with a young woman, and y'all gonna see very well why her name is, I think her name is something like Jiggly Breasts something. Let me see. I want to get this right.
Mixed sugar tits.
Jiggly boobs, mixed sugar tits. Literally all it was I saw this meme on the internet where this guy, he was on this mailing list and he just made that his wife's name so that her mail would come back with that name on it. And I was like, this is hilarious. And so the childish in me was like, And it was around the time where I wanted to make an Instagram too. And I was like, what would be a good username? Not my government.
Yeah.
Jiggly boobs, mixed sugar tits 98. So now that we got that out the way, he had a conversation with this young woman, and she was telling her experience, her truthful experience in regards to what she sees on a college setting in regards to Black women. So this is something that we rarely get Black women to say, younger Black women, because we rarely get honesty in these spaces. So first of all, this is not to degrade her or anything like that. It's actually to commend her for being honest in regards to what she sees on her campus. About 2 weeks ago, I asked the question, why aren't our Black women getting married in college? Every other race of women are behind the men when we get married, except Black women. We have our hypothesis theories as to why Black women tend to get married at a later age than any other race of women. It could be Black women just don't want to get married. Or it could be that Black women prioritize education. Black women have kids when they're in college. The majority of the college female population who have kids, Black women lead in that. I already broke down the education. Black women are more likely to be student parents. According to the Institute for Women's Policy Research, 40% of Black women in college are parents. 40%, a higher proportion of any other group. The added cost of raising a child, the high cost of childcare, and the financial insecurity faced by many student parents can lead them to borrow more for college. Black student parents borrow more than any other racial group, and Black women lead in that aspect at the tune of 40%. So that could hinder Black women from getting married at a younger age. So there's a bunch of theories out there that we can go ahead and test, or we can view to see why Black women aren't getting married at a younger age, as opposed to other races of women getting married at a younger age. And she's going to answer that question for me.
My generation is just kind of like wild when it comes to the whole relationship dynamic and the whole I don't need a man or I don't need a woman. So like we got it bad. Like we on that heavy, you know? Yeah. And I would say it's more so coming from the women's side, like the young women. You know, I'm in college, so I'm around like a lot of young girls. I'm around girls that's my age, 24, and even younger, 23, 22, 21, 20. And like we all pretty much, it's all just the same thing. And I don't know if it's being pushed on us, quote unquote, or it's just the whole, we never saw what we should aspire to. We never saw those relationships. And so many of us come from less than desirable circumstances.
Right.
And I think it's detrimental, not only for future generations, but for us in the future. Because there's a very big possibility that we're going to be some sad old cat ladies. Like, it's fun now because, we fine now, like we attractive now. We, beat the face, go to the club, guys buying drinks, chasing us down the street, like that whole pretty privilege thing. Like it's great now, but it can only last for so long. And I don't think everybody thinks about the fact that it can only last for so long, because a lot of young people don't think about the future. They don't think about their life. As far as where they want to be in 10, 20, 30 years. And it's bad. Like, it's bad. It's so bad. Like, I don't want to talk bad about my friends because I love them to death. But, like,
So there's that sister code kicking in at the end. But she's basically saying that what she sees in regards to her friend circle is that they bought into this whole city girl lifestyle. So my question asking why don't black women get married in college is because of the fact that they're choosing not to, and they're choosing to enjoy having the city girl, hot girl summer lifestyle, and marriage is not a priority. And there's been a lot of black women that have said this multiple times, say that they don't go to college to find a husband. They're just going to replace a man.
Y'all may be choosing your careers over, your personal lives?
It's not a maybe. I know I have. I will own it. For many years, all I was taught, and not to blame my mother, but she was a single mom growing up. She did the absolute best she could. God thank you, Gloria. But what she said was books, books, books. No, I wasn't allowed to date. I was barely allowed to go to prom. I wasn't allowed to really have a boyfriend through any of it. I graduated from law school, started practicing, boop, boop, boop. Next thing you know, you wake up and you're 30. And nobody has told you along the way, particularly as like well-educated black women, that at some point you have to carve out the time to create the partnership and the family.
Tried to shoot a shot. No dude was like,
well, I'm divorced, so I mean, I guess you could say that. But you know what? To Charlamagne's point, one of the many reasons my first marriage didn't work is because I was a terrible wife. Because I was not about to prioritize him. Like
a lot of women would never
admit that. Because of therapy.
Who's this guy?
Shout out to therapy. My ex-husband.
Yeah.
What you want? What you mean?
I just want to know about him. Just want to know about
He
him.
was a creative. I mean, he was a nice guy, shoe designer guy, whatever, smart guy, sweet guy. I just was not ever at that point, Charlamagne, going to make him or his needs or even our relationship needs my priority. My priority was getting to the top. Okay? It's only very recently that I've said, you know what? If I want to have a beautiful family, I'm looking around and people, you have a beautiful family. People that have family. You don't just have that. You have to create that. You have to take the time out, put your phone down and say, we on vacation. We bonding. We're doing that. And now I have the maturity to say, I'm not as grown as you think. I just got here.
Yeah.
Like the past 18 months.
That's what therapy taught you.
Yeah. Bitch, you're not just going to get the Claire Huxtable matriarch situation. You have to invest the time and the energy into creating that.
So getting their education is, supposed to replace a man. So she's aware of what they're doing, but honestly, they really don't care. So that's why I asked the question. If people are going to have the information readily available, you know what to do, you know what works, you know what's right, but you just don't do what's right and you do what you want to do, then why should we care? Why should we try and change their minds? And this is coming from a younger woman. Typically, you would have older women schooling these women on what not to do. They're not interested in telling black women what they need to do, and especially younger black women, because younger black women are their competition. So why would they tell y'all what to do? So it shouldn't be me up here saying this stuff. Shouldn't be any black men telling black women. It should be other black women explaining these issues and what the solution is. But if the sister code is that strong, and this is not to degrade any women who are in these spaces, you guys are doing an amazing job, but we need more. We need way more. So let's continue. And this point is definitely important. I'm glad Alan asked this question. So let's continue.
Some of the music that we listen to, like all the rappers, all the female rappers, it's all the same message. Use a man for his money. Cheat, do what you want to do, stay in the streets, go out, party. Like it's a lot about just being selfish and being self-centered and less about what you can give and what you can build and what you can do for your community. It's more about self-serving and what you can do for you.
Yeah. So do you think it's because this is a question I get a lot. A certain group of people believe it's they don't know any better. A certain group of people believe they know better, they just don't care. Which one do you think it is? Do you think y'all don't know any better, or y'all know better, you just don't care?
We know better and we just don't care.
That point. That was the whole purpose of this video. She said, in her opinion, they know better, they just don't care. Because everything that she just said was true. She knows all the information in regards to what's right, what we should be doing, but they just choose not to do it. So I just don't see the point of arguing on panels and on shows if they're going to choose what they want to do anyway. So I'm going to let her finish. But yeah, that was just a point that I wanted to highlight. They just don't care.
Ooh.
We know better.
Explain.
We know better. Well, maybe I should say it's kind of a mixture of both, because some really don't. Some really are ignorant. Some people come from a long line of city girlhood, and so they don't know what's out there. Like, you just don't know what you don't know. So, but a lot of us, as we get older, we start to see our friends get married and they start to see what their life is about. I mean, I don't know. It's difficult. I feel like girls more so my age know better. But coming into like the late teens to about 21, you don't.
Well, my goodness. That was a eye-opener. I've always wondered that, in regards to our younger women, because a lot of people you hear this term thrown around in these spaces, I was young and dumb. I see women say that all the time. I was young and dumb when I had this kid, or I was just living life, doing what I want to do, and now I want to settle down. But the funny thing is about this video is that she knows what's right from wrong, and she actually confirmed that, hey, we know what we're doing, we just don't care. And I see a lot of people are saying the same thing. I mean, they know. And we got to stop treating these younger women like they're just unaware. And I've always wondered why people do that, or we allow that in our community, especially that whole excuse of having children, and saying I was young and dumb. Like, no, you wasn't young and dumb when you was enjoying all that pleasure from having sex, and then you decided to have that kid. That's not young and dumb. You're a grown woman if you're going to have buckaroos. Go ahead and make sure you click that link, get you some Teach Hanley, and support the Medium Man YouTube channel, and also support Teach Hanley.